Hey guys, it's Drea. Today I have for you a throwback favorites video. So I'm not the person who originated this. This is definitely an idea that has been done many times over. I'm not really sure who originally did it first, but regardless, this is basically looking back at an old favorites video and reviewing the products again. Do I still like them? Do I still own them? Bring you an updated review, that kind of thing. So let me just jump right into it. This is from my favorites last December 2016. And I had a lot of stuff in that video. I don't know why I had so many favorites that month. I think it was because it was after the VIB sale, you know, so I was trying a lot of new things. Anyway, so I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's talk about foundation first. This is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. This is in the shade 1 Linen. I did a full review on this when I first bought it. Actually, Kandee Johnson made me buy this, and she made me buy it in a video that she used it in, and she raved about it. And only later did I realize it was a sponsored video, and she was like, you know, being paid to promote them. But regardless, it's still a good product. So this is what it looks like. It has this weird, huge, you know, applicator in it, and you just kind of spread it all over your face. I like to use it with a beauty blender. It's pretty full coverage. I mean, it's beyond perfecting, so I guess it's supposed to mean like it's, you know, you're not supposed to see any flaws at all on your face. And I really feel like that's kind of what you get, but sometimes it can be a little bit mask-like, so it's definitely not a natural finish foundation by any means. And for oily skin, it's actually pretty good. Like, it lasts throughout the day. You definitely need to blot and repowder, but it's going to last you all day. Another full coverage foundation is this one. This is the Lancome Tint Idol 24-Hour Makeup. This is in the shade Ivoire 140 N Neutral. That's the shade I wear in all Lancome foundations. I still really like this. So I love Lancome foundations. I really do. I've liked pretty much everything I've tried from them. This is the one I decided to wear today. So again, pretty full coverage. Like, I feel like my skin looks absolutely flawless with this on. Again, this can sometimes look a little mask-like in real life. Listen, everything is going to look amazing on camera. All these beauty gurus you're watching on YouTube, just like I do, everybody wants to look perfect in our videos, but the thing is, in real life, sometimes that heavy makeup can look heavy, right? It can look cakey, and when you see somebody up close, sometimes you can tell, like, this is a little too far. And I feel like sometimes with both of these foundations, actually, that can happen if you're too heavy-handed with it. So you don't actually need to use too much. I still set all of my foundations with powder, but I'll usually do like just a translucent powder with these types so that I don't get that cakey look. And again, lasts really well through the day. With the Lancome one, I don't have to blot and powder as often as with the Clinique one. So it's definitely, I think, made more for oily skin people. So the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I feel like this took over YouTube last year, and it's still very popular, but last year was the year of this, and definitely for me as well. I really fell in love with it. I put it in my makeup use up for this year. That's what it looks like now. Once I hit pan this year, I kind of got sick of it, to be honest with you, and I have put it away for a very long time. My original intention was to use it up completely, and then once I hit pan, I was like, no, I'm not using it up completely. I'm just done for the year for this. And I feel like half of it is I was just tired of using the same thing over and over, but also once I hit pan, I almost feel like it changed it slightly. Like, it started looking more muddy on me than it had originally. Like, I'm using this today, and even though I don't think it looks terrible, I still feel like it's a little bit of a weird tone on me. I don't know. It just hasn't been my favorite anymore, so I put it away for a really long time. Let me know if that has happened to you, if you were a lover of that product. The next thing is one of my holy grail highlighters. This is the Cover FX. It's called the Perfect Light Highlighting Powder. This is in the shade Moonlight. The packaging is terrible. It's just plastic. It's nothing to scream at. And I mean, it does have a mirror. That's what it looks like. It's not like, you wouldn't look at this and go, oh my god, I need that. But once it's on the skin, like, I think you could tell in a video even how beautifully naturally glowy it is. It is really, honestly, one of my favorites. And they made 3 in this lineup. The Sunlight one, I didn't feel like did anything near as nice as this Moonlight one does. Just recently, I saw them in the sales section on Sephora, so Are they getting cleared out? I don't know. I guess so. But then they re-released this particular Moonlight one in a little mini for Black Friday. So I don't know what they're doing. But if you can still get this, I totally recommend the Moonlight one. This next product was limited edition from MAC from their Nutcracker collection last Christmas. The packaging last year for holiday was amazing. This year it's amazing too. But it was all purple, pink, and gold. So pretty. This is the Magic Dust Powder in Sweet Vision. Don't know why it's called Magic Dust Powder. It's basically a blush, only it's a super, super, super luminous blush. Like, it's really pretty. It kind of shears out once you actually like blend it onto your skin, but it's very luminous. It kind of has a gold shift to it. So gorgeous. I still love this. I love wearing it. I've worn it throughout this last year many times, and I don't know, like, do they ever bring stuff back? I don't know, but if you own that, pull it out if you haven't in a while, just to remind yourself of how good it is. Also in my favorites last year was this. This is a MAC Single Shadow in Quarry. I have not touched my MAC singles in probably 8 months. I don't know why. This is my little MAC palette right here, and I think it's just that it's so neutral, and you guys know how I feel about that. Like, I'm just done with neutral palettes, I think. If makeup doesn't excite me, then I'm not into it, you know? Like, I have enough neutral palettes where even my MAC single shadows are just like, no, they're not doing it for me lately. But this is a really nice shade. It's a really nice, cool toned taupey purple. And it's one of those shades where it's unique. Even though it's neutral, it's still unique because it's got that purple shift to it. And I still like it, but like I said, haven't used it in a long time. Next three things I'm going to talk about all at once because you can't get them anymore. They're all from the Estee edit. Do you guys remember this? Last year made a huge splash, really great quality products, but then they went away because nobody was interested. And honestly, I think it was just a lot to do with their marketing. Like, they were marketing towards young millennials, like on the youngest end of the millennial spectrum, and I don't know, I just feel like they were super overpriced for that age group. And somebody like me who can wear and will buy the regular Estee Lauder products loved it, and I feel like a lot of us loved a lot of those products, but at the same time, like, the packaging was kind of weird. It was just a big mess. I feel like their marketing team really screwed it up, but their product, like, you know, team, whatever that's called, whoever makes the products, whoever comes up with them, killed it on quality. Like, everything was incredible. Okay, so the Pore Vanishing Stick, I actually used that up. It was a really great primer, just a pore filling stick primer. Awesome. This eye Kajal, and I have another one somewhere in my collection. Like, you could see how much of this I've used up. So good. This is, the brown is what I'm wearing on my upper lash line, and then this really bright cream is great for in your waterline for making it pop. It goes such a long way. And then, of course, the palette from last year was the Gritty and Glow palette. It was magnetic. They come apart, and then each side has a mirror, and they've got really gorgeous eyeshadows. I haven't really used this in a while. I think the last time I used this was probably late spring, just because my collection is really too big for me right now. But I do love it, but you can't get it anymore, so I don't want to use it like in front of you guys on camera and that kind of thing, because I don't know, like, I don't like doing that. I don't like using limited edition or discontinued things, even though you can duplicate things with stuff in your own collection, and I get that, but it just feels weird. And again, because this was just after VIB time and it was Christmas, we were dealing with a lot of limited edition things from last year, including this. I don't think this is available anymore. This is the Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting Blush Palette. However, I think you can get a couple of these shades. I don't know if they're all limited edition to this one palette, but this palette itself was. I love these blushes. They're all like beautiful, luminous, natural looking blushes. They look like, some of them look kind of intense in the pan, but once you actually like swatch it, you can see they're actually really, really super natural powders, and they just sit beautifully on the skin. Another favorite from last year was this. This is the Smashbox LA Lights Blush and Highlight Palette in Culver City Coral, and honestly, if I had to go back, I don't think I would call this a favorite. I think I was just kind of updating you guys that it was good, because I really only used it for that month, and then I haven't touched it since. And again, I think it's just because it's not exciting. Now I am using this shade as my blush today, and I think you can see it's natural, it's not overly pigmented, it's really, really pretty. Like these colors I think are really nice. You've got a more pinky one, and then you've got, I'm running out of swatch space. You've got the more pinky one, and then you've got the more peachy one, which is nice in a palette to get these. The highlight I don't love. Like it's a weird peach. It's almost not a highlight, it's almost more of like a blush topper, even though it has a lot of sparkle in it. I guess you could use it as a blush on its own, but this just doesn't excite me. I think packaging, whether we like it or not, does something for us, and at least for me personally. Like I like Smashbox quality, but a lot of their packaging does nothing for me, and therefore I don't reach for it, you know, like, because I want to be excited when I do my makeup, and a little black thin thing is not what I want. It might be for somebody who travels or is a little bit more classy than I am. I don't know, but for me it just doesn't excite me. So I haven't touched that in a long time. Okay, here's why I really like doing these videos, because there are two things that I have completely flip-flopped and changed my mind about. The first one is this, and I don't know if this is because it's getting older and the formula has started to change, but this is the Ardency In Modster Supercharged Smooth Ride Eyeliner. It's just in the shade black. It says on it waterproof. This is the one that Jaclyn Hill used to talk about all the time that she would use in her lower lash line. I'm pretty sure that's the reason I bought it. And it's still creamy and it is very black, but this is not waterproof. I have tried to use this. I was actually going to try to like use as much as possible for before the end of this year. And I've tried tightlining with it, and whenever I tightline with it, all that happens is it just transfers down. It transfers into my waterline. It makes everything down here gray and muddy, especially in this area. Do you know when that happens, when stuff transfers and you start getting like this weird grayness in here? It's gross. And I hate this now. And again, I don't know if it's because it's getting older, but it definitely is not transfer proof as it once was. The other thing I completely changed my mind about is this. I love the color of this still, but I had to be honest with myself about the formula. It's not that I would ever lie to you guys, but sometimes we lie to ourselves. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes we want to love something because we spent money on it, or maybe because somebody else likes it, or whatever reason you want to love it, so you try to convince yourself that you do. Well, for this product, that was the case. This is the NYX Lip Lingerie in the shade Exotique, and I love this color. That is the truth. Like I love, love, love this color. It's this deep warm nude. I think you could tell it's really super beautiful. This smells like paint. The formula on these I hate, and I actually talked about that recently in a disappointing products video. I have two of these lip lingeries. They are weird. They are kind of thick and gummy, and they kind of ball up on my lips. They're not smooth. They just feel kind of gross. They stick together. I don't like them at all. And I love all the colors that they try to do in this line, and I wish they would just do the same colors but in their regular liquid lipstick formula. It would be absolutely awesome, but this formula is so bizarre. I had a lot of lip favorites that month, and all the rest of the stuff is lip products, and I do still love all of these. So this one is the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color in the shade Devotion. HD Devotion. So the packaging on this is okay. It's got a little doe foot. The scent on these is not my favorite. It kind of smells fruity and like fruity candy. That's the shade there. It's a really beautiful shade. I love it. These say they're matte, but they're not. They don't dry down completely at all. So I think that's why they got a lot of bad reviews. Like I saw a lot of bad reviews on these, and I'm not really sure why. To me, it's kind of more like just a liquid lip color that's not transfer proof, and it's a little bit of a gel-like formula, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not matte. But then again, that's kind of on the company for calling it matte. And a few companies have done that, which blows my mind. Why are you going to do that? It makes no sense. The next one is Stila Patina. Now this is a fully dry down matte lip color. So this is from their Stay All Day liquid lipstick line. I believe this is their best seller. This is a little mini that I got in a gift set last year. Obviously you're not going to see it dried down right now, but that's the shade. and it is super beautiful, and these do stay all day long. They are a little bit drying, which is not my favorite, and I don't use it all the time because of that reason, but the color is gorgeous and they do what they say they're gonna do. The next thing I'm wearing on my lips today, this is the NARS Velvet Lip Glide in the shade Playpen. I have a couple of these. I love the formula of these. It's just this luscious gel lip color. Definitely not transfer proof. Like, look, it looks so good. It makes your lips look juicy, and it doesn't like make those weird lines because it's still a gel formula that's not drying down all the way. I don't know, I just love it. So the packaging is really nice. It's got this flat doe foot, which I like. They smell incredible. They just smell like vanilla, like really nice vanilla. And the funny thing about these is, even though they are a gel liquid lipstick, they last a really long time. So like, I just put this on about 20 minutes ago, and what happens is it goes on super shiny, and then after a while, after you're talking and you're going through your day, what happens is that shininess kind of goes away, but it leaves the pigment behind, and that pigment kind of stays on your lips for a very long time, as long as you're not wiping it off or eating or whatever. So I do love the formula of these a lot. And the very last thing is these from Rimmel. These are the Kate Moss nudes. So they did a whole nude collection. Basically, they're just different undertones, different shades of nudes. Like, you're gonna find a nude for almost every skin tone, I would assume. But I really like these because I love nude shades, right? Like, you know that. So this one is number 43, which is a little bit more peach, and then this one is a little bit more pinky, and that one's number 45. So you could tell, like, you're getting a different thing depending on what you want. And that's it for this video. So if you're new around here, I'd love to have you subscribe. I put up new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I've been trying my best, people, but this is December, and working in retail, I work so many hours. So I've been trying so hard to get this content out to you, but I really appreciate you watching the whole thing and sticking around to the end. I love you guys so much. Yeah, why am I getting like kind of emotional about that? Don't know. Anyway, I do love you guys. I hope you're being really kind to yourself and speaking kindly to yourself, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. I just hit the table. I don't know if this was sticking out like this for the whole video, but I don't have time to redo the whole thing.